There we go. Thank you, Chantelle.
You're
Hi,
welcome.
everybody. My name is Tyreek Phillips. I'm the program coordinator over at TNG, the Neighborhood Group of Community Services. This year, I will be assisting the branded committee with coordinating Branded 2023, our 10-year anniversary. This year, we're looking at more of a celebration than in the past, considering Branded has been thriving for now going on 10 years, right? If I had the celebratory balloons, I would do them, but I can't. Apologize. I just
I'll just do
I'm
for
on.
you.
But Branded, essentially, it's an event organized by a nonprofit collective that supports Black, newcomer, and vulnerable youth entrepreneurs with cash to support their businesses, networking, business consultations, and mentorship opportunities. This year, the pitch has increased. Last year, it was about $15,000 for 5 winners. This year, we've increased it to $23,000 split between 5 winners,
Oh,
with
wow.
first place, first place taking 10,000. Second place is taking 7, third is taking 4, and then fourth and fifth are each taking. Oops, sorry, I was just hearing myself for a second.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're really excited for the pitch. We're really excited for this year's conference. It's going to be more of a festival style. There's going to be some fun stuff in store for everybody there. But first things first, I do want to make sure I introduce you to Chantelle. I have had the opportunity of being a participant underneath her tutelage in a prior program, and I will tell you firsthand, you will become a pro by the end of this workshop on the business model canvas. I personally had no idea what it was until I met Chantelle. And then after that workshop and those sessions, I now am able to tell other people about what a business model canvas is. So
Awesome.
I can assure you, extremely knowledgeable, makes the content really relatable, and extremely supportive. So don't be afraid to ask questions, and just pick her brain, just to help you out, right? If you have, especially if you have direct questions about your pitch, I would say, even though this is talking about the business model canvas, if you have a chance and you want to sneak some questions in there, go ahead. Like I said, extremely knowledgeable. And I wouldn't want anybody else hosting this.
Thank you so much, Tyreek. And I
No
appreciate
worries at
the
all.
introduction. I know you have other things to do, so we'll let you go now and I'll send you the recording when we're done. But thank you so much.
I appreciate you. And folks, like I said, don't be afraid to speak and ask questions and have a discussion. Chantelle is wonderful. All right. Everybody take care. Hope you have a blessed workshop.
Thanks so much, Tyreek. Talk to you soon. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you this evening. So as Tyreek said, my name is Chantelle Quow. I am the CEO and president of CQ Business Consulting Inc., where we do business plan, strategic planning for small and medium-sized businesses. I help my clients put business plans together if they're looking for investor consideration or to get funding from a financial institution. And if they're just looking for a strategic plan on how to grow their business from the next 3 to 5 years, I work with them on that as well. I also am co-founder of the program Rising VR, where we help artists and young creatives to utilize their skill to create programs utilizing VR technology. And actually, that's where I met Tariq, and he was one of our participants in the program, and he was phenomenal. So I'm happy to be here today to share with you my knowledge. And as he said, please feel free to ask any questions business related, whether it's regarding the business model canvas or not. I'm here to help. We're here until 7 o'clock. So I'm going to get the workshop started. Just give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. And please let me know if you can see the screen. Can everybody see it just fine? A thumbs up or something, or a yes would be great.
Yes, it's perfect, Chantelle. And I'm
Okay.
just Melissa from the Trustee Hub. I'm the social media event organizer for Trustee Hub. So hey, everybody, planning for branded right now. So I'm just gonna get some stuff here and then I'm gonna head out.
Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. And we're expecting some other people to come in, so we'll just let them in as they come. So today's workshop is on the business model canvas. Has anyone here done a business model canvas before or know what it is? You could just show a thumbs up, or you could use your little icons there if you have. Okay. Well, I see somebody in the chat. Yes, okay, good. I'm glad to hear it. So this would be just like a little refresher for you, which I think it's always good to have a little refresher, make sure we're on the right track. So to get started, today's session, we're going to go through different types of business models. And then we're going to talk about the business model canvas and all of its components. So your learning objective today is going to be learning about business models and types and to understand and utilize a business model canvas like a pro. So some key terms here. We have first, business model. A business model outlines how your company plans to make money. Very simple. How do you plan to generate revenue with this business? A business model canvas is a business tool used to visualize all the building blocks when you want to start a business. So when you think about it like that, you're kind of putting all the pieces of your puzzle, your business puzzle together and figuring out how the flow is going to work. And business model components, the proposition outlines who your customers are and what you will offer. The delivery details how you will organize the business to deliver on the value proposition. So a business model. As we said, a business model outlines how your company plans to make money. So in general, a business model explains 4 things. What product or service a company will sell, how it intends to market that product or service, and what kind of expenses the company will face, and how the company expects to turn a profit. Most importantly, how are we going to generate a profit in our business? Does everyone in here already have like a business idea that they're working on? I mean, I guess you have to if you're pitching. But anybody want to quickly share what their business is? I'd love to hear. Anyone? Melissa, were you going to share or was that accidental?
Oh no, so I just joined in. What was the question, Chantelle? Maybe I
Oh,
can.
okay. My apologies. I was asking, do you want to share like what your business is?
Oh, well, oh no. Well, I'm a singer, y'all, outside of this, but
Oh,
I'm just,
wonderful.
that's all, my K. I'm off this.
Okay. Someone said, Arsalan said, no major ideas yet, but I'd like to learn so that I'm prepared once I do. Absolutely, that's absolutely fine. And that's why we're here. Okay. So types of business models. We have a few different types of business models here. We have the retail model. We have the manufacturer model. Oh, Kay, sorry, I just went to the chat. Kay says, I'm still in the fruition stage, so I was wondering if we had to be established and making a certain amount to be in the pitch competition. No, I don't think so. I think you just have to figure out an idea and pitch your idea. You don't have to be in that stage. Okay, so the types of business models are, we have retail model, manufacturer model, fee-for-service model, subscription model, bundling model, product as a service model, leasing model, franchise model, distribution model, the freemium model, and the advertising or affiliate marketing model. I'm sure some of you have heard some of these models before, but just probably didn't piece it together as it was a type of a business model. So we're going to go through all of these models so you have an idea of what they are, and then you can kind of visualize what you want your business model to be and how you're going to build it. First, we have the retailer model. So a retailer is the last link in the supply chain. And the supply chain means from research and development to manufacturing to getting to the retailer, then getting to the end consumer. These businesses purchase goods from manufacturers or distributors and then sell them to customers for a price that will both cover expenses and turn a profit. So just so you know, when you're buying stuff in the store, you as the consumer is paying the highest price at that point because you have to cover all the expenses for everybody from the beginning stage of manufacturing, the distribution, to the retailers' fees, and then finally, you know, it gets to you. And then retailers may specialize in a particular niche or carry a range of products. Nija asked, this session is being recorded. Where can we view this after? I'm going to send a copy of the recording to Tyreek, and you can just reach out to him and he will be able to share it with you. So don't feel bad if you're missing something, and if you can't get all the notes, you will get access to this after. Next, we have the manufacturer model. A manufacturer converts raw materials into products. Then they sell those products to distributors, retailers, or directly to consumers. So when you get manufacturers selling products directly to the consumer, you usually get a discount rate because they've cut out all those middle people that they'd have to pay. Some people appreciate that. Kind of like what IKEA does. They'll make all the stuff and send it straight to you, but you have to put in a little bit of work in order to get the finished product. That's how they're saving money. Or you're saving money, really. Then we have the fee for service model. A business charges a set fee for a specific service. We have a business set up on this model can increase its earnings by doing work for additional clients or by raising its rates. Then we have a subscription model. A subscription business model can be applied to both traditional brick and mortar stores and e-commerce businesses alike. We're seeing it now a lot with e-commerce businesses. Essentially, the customer makes a recurring payment for ongoing access to a service or product. A company may directly ship its product in the mail, or you may pay a fee to use its services. Then we have a bundling model. The bundling business model involves companies selling 2 or more products together as a single unit. This type of business model allows companies to generate a greater volume of sales and perhaps market products or services that are more difficult to sell. Product as a service model. Product as a service businesses charge customers to use physical products. They may charge a subscription fee, a pay-per-use or per-mile fee, or a combination of both. We have the leasing model. Under a leasing business model, a company buys a product from a seller. That company then allows another company to use the product they purchased for a recurring fee. So you don't own it, but you get use of it. A franchise model. A franchise is an established business blueprint that a franchisee purchases and reproduces. The franchisor or original owner works with the franchisee to help them with financing, marketing, and other business operations to ensure the business functions as it should. And we've seen franchise models everywhere. Tim Hortons, all the F45 chain locations, things like that are franchise models. Distribution model. A company operating as a distributor is responsible for taking manufactured goods to the market. To make a profit, distributors buy the product in bulk and sell it to retailers at a higher price. The freemium model. We see this a lot with apps. In a freemium model, customers can use parts of a product or service for free, but must pay for access to more advanced features. This model is common in the software as a service space. Spotify, for instance, has a free ad-supported tier, but subscribers get to listen ad-free. And finally, we have advertising or affiliate marketing model. With affiliate marketing, a business earns a commission when a member of its audience buys a product or service it recommends. If you've ever heard a podcaster encourage you to use a specific offer code when you buy a product they're promoting, affiliate marketing is probably part of the podcaster's business model. And most likely it is, because that's how they're getting paid, for you to listen to that podcast. So does everybody understand these business models? Any questions before we move forward? Okay. Now we're going to get into what we all came here for, the business model canvas. So the business model canvas, again, is a business tool used to visualize all the building blocks when you want to start a business, including customers, route to market, value proposition, and finance. This, in turn, is the business model canvas and what it looks like. You see in the center, we have your value proposition, a reason to do business with you. Why are people coming to do business with you? Why are they going to buy into your product or service? What value are you bringing into the market? Now, to the left of it, we have key activities, which are your operations. And then we have the key resources, which what do you use on a day-to-day basis to run your business? And then we have key partners, which you put here enablers, but people who help you get the business off the ground, or people whose products that you're utilizing to sell so that you have a business in the first place. Who are the key partners in your business? To the right side of your value proposition, we have your customer relationships. That's how are you building customer relationships? What are you doing on a day-to-day basis so that your customers know who you are and feel comfortable purchasing and recommending your products? Then we have channels. This is your messaging. This is either through social media or text message, emails, or online even, or in person. How are your messages getting across, and how do your customers get your products or services? How are you delivering that to them? And then we get to customer segments, which are your niches. Who are the customers that you're serving? Who is your target audience? What do they look like? What is the persona of your ideal customer, right? Where do they work? Where do they live? How much do they earn? Who are they? Then below your value proposition, we have your cost structure, how to use money. What are your expenses? What's costing you money? What do you need to make the business run? And then revenue streams. How do you make money? I generally suggest to my clients that they have more than one revenue stream. Let's say you are an accountant, for instance. Maybe you do books around tax time. Maybe you do training on how to organize your documents and get them prepared for tax time. Maybe you have merchandise that you sell so that you're always promoting your business and people know to call you during tax time. So those would be 3 different revenue streams that one accountant can utilize. Because let's say, for instance, one of those revenue streams gets cut off and you only have one revenue stream, then you no longer have a business. If you have more than one revenue stream, then therefore there are many ways that you could generate revenue into your business. So even if one gets cut off for whatever reason, you have others. And we're going to get into these components in a little more detail. This is a business model canvas, again, deconstructed to show you from a different angle your value proposition, key activities, resources, partners, relationships, channels, your customers, and revenue and cost structures. So this is an example we have of a business model canvas of an artist. So this is kind of like an example that I'm going to give, that you can see, that I'm giving you, so that you can have an idea of what you'd put on your business model canvas. So the artist, her name's Michelle. And what's her value proposition? Large paintings. She has a price point for that. The art offers insight into the artist's story. Audience ownership of an artist's philosophy through the purchase of the work. That is the value that Michelle feels that her art is bringing to the marketplace. Now we're going to go on the left. What are the key activities that Michelle does to run her business? Posting on Instagram, exhibition of works, marketing of events done with the gallery, associated arts activities, curator, arts writer, art, committee member, and enter art competitions. These are all the activities that Michelle does in order to promote her business, run her business, let people know about her business, and bring energy to her business so that she can sell her paintings. What are her key resources? Art couriers for transportation of the work, and materials and supplies, because she's a visual artist. Who are her key partners? Art gallerists, the artist's professional and personal network. So definitely she doesn't have to own a gallery or incur that expense of a brick and mortar to showcase her work. She can partner with somebody who already has that and showcase her work. And obviously they'd have to get some kind of a commission off of it, but she doesn't have to pay rent every month for a space just to hold her work. So that's a good partner. and her professional and personal network. People who know of her are going to promote her work in the professional community, in the artist community, and her personal network is going to obviously know about her and share her work to people who are looking for art for their space. Now we go to the right. Customer relationships. Michelle says it develops organically with and by the audience. The artist maintains contact through personal relationships. So she probably keeps in touch with them, throws events, invites them to events, meets them out in public. She develops it organically. She's not utilizing, I guess, any AI or automated selling, because I mean, that's a thing now as well. What are her channels? Awareness through her website. Instagram and galleries are used primarily to exhibit work not often sold via this channel. So she doesn't usually sell through Instagram and galleries. And evaluation through the artist's audience. Work is sold mostly via email. So her website is primarily what she uses to showcase her work, and they email her if they want to purchase that work. And mind you, this is in 2015, so she doesn't have all the great technology that we'd have now. We're thinking 8 years ago, this is what she would have done. Now, she may utilize something else or think of another way that she can sell her art. Customer segments, the artist's personal and professional network of friends and friends of friends. I think that will work for her because she knows that in her personal network that they are other artists or lovers of art. So she would really push for her community to purchase her work or even speak about her work. But she could have broken this down even further to say who is in her professional network, how she locates them, where her network is, those kind of details. Like what are more details? What's their age range? What's their income range? To know these are the people that she should be targeting. If they're not in her professional network and she wants to expand her brand or expand her business, who can she actually target out that looks like her professional network or has the same criteria as her professional network, but is not in her network as of yet, but may still want to purchase her work? Because you can't always depend on the people you know personally to purchase your work. So you're going to have to kind of go outside of that if you want to grow your business. Then we have the cost structure. So the regular costs of materials are incurred. Her price strategy is each project is evaluated on viability. So the revenue, cost, and time is equal to whatever it is that she decides she's going to charge. And tax concession is also considered when developing her prices. So you just really have to list what your costs are here. She'd also have to think of the commissions that she pays to the gallerists and those things. You don't have to list what the costs are, but how much the costs are, but just what they will be. And then she has her revenue streams. So she has 3 different revenue streams. So teaching, so she obviously teaches art classes somewhere. Sale of her work, second revenue stream, and a tax refund or income deduction. So she's pretty strategic with her accountant on how she could generate some refunds during tax time. So she has 3 different revenue streams for her business. So even Michelle knows that you have to have more than one. Was that pretty clear? I just want to know I'm not losing anybody. If somebody could just give me yes or a thumbs up. Okay, yep. Perfect. Thank you. So now we're going to get into those components a little deeper. So the business model canvas divides the business models 4 parts: the offering, customers, infrastructure, and your financial viability. We're going to go through each one right now. First, we have the offering. This identifies what you are offering to a particular customer segment, the value generated for those customers, and how you will reach and communicate with them. The offering includes the customer value proposition, which you're going to keep hearing me repeat because you have to know what value you're bringing to your customers, which describes exactly what products or services your business offers and sells to customers. Why are they buying this product or service from you? What value are you bringing to their life by selling them this product or service? That's what you speak to in your business. Next, we have customers. They can include the people who populate the segments of a market that your offering is serving, Entrepreneurs typically can't service everyone in a market, so you have to choose whom best to target. And I hear this a lot when I'm working with clients, especially new business owners. Who is your target audience? And even though you feel like your product is applicable to everyone, and it may very well be like lotion, everybody might use lotion, but who's actually buying the lotion in the home? It's generally the moms or the females, if you're living in a household, that are doing a lot of the shopping. So you'll see a lot of the marketing, which I know is somewhat, maybe sexist or whatever, but sometimes that happens in the household. And you'll see more marketing targeting women when it's speaking about like Dove beauty bars or the moisturization for the skin or whatever, because moms generally make all the decisions for what's happening in the household. And that's why you'd see that, even though everybody will be using it. Additionally, you must determine how you will reach those segments and how you will maintain a relationship with the customer. And then we have your infrastructure. The infrastructure generally includes all the resources that an entrepreneur must have to deliver the customer value proposition. For example, the people, technology, products, suppliers, partners, facilities, cash, all of those are part of your business infrastructure. And then we get to financial viability. Financial viability defines the revenue and cost structures a business needs to meet its operating expenses and financial obligations. If you're not generating enough money in your business to cover the expenses, then that's not the sign of a business that's thriving. You have to be able to cover your business operating expenses and also pay yourself. A lot of times clients forget that they have to pay themselves some type of a salary in order to run the business, because how are you going to live? How are you going to eat in order to keep the business going? So always include yourself when you're thinking about your financials and what you want to be paid from this business. What do you need to get paid to live comfortably or to live the life that you want? And make sure you have that number at the forefront, and plus your expenses. That tells you how much you need to be making a month in order for your business to be operational and suited for you. So these are the business model components again: your customer value proposition, your customer segments, channels, customer relationships, key activities, key resources, key partners, revenue streams, and cost structure. So I want to give you an opportunity to potentially maybe go through a business model canvas right now with me to kind of get an idea on how one will work. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Does anybody have any questions about the business model yet? The business model canvas and how it works?
Yeah. Is a business model canvas supposed to be brief and just simple to like kind of just display how the business work, or does it go more into detail?
It's really supposed to be brief and give yourself and whoever's looking at it a snapshot of how the business runs. The business plan that you would potentially write later on will have more of the details. This just helps you think through things. And we can potentially do like a sample of business model canvas. I have a worksheet that I use, and we can potentially run one so we can do it as an activity together.
I see. So is this something that's developed early on in the business process?
You should. It's best if you do work on this early before you start your business, because it'll help you think about how things need to look, how things need to be structured, right?
Right. So ideally before the business plan then.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So we can work on one as a group and come up with a business idea on how we think this business is going to work. I'm going to pull up a worksheet that I've created, and I'll share this with Tyreek as well. So even if you don't take notes, you can just shoot ideas out and I will type them out. And then you guys can have it later so you can see how we built a business model using this worksheet. So I have everything here listed. So the customer value proposition, what business do we think that we want to start? Let's come up with it doesn't have to be a business you're doing, but just a business that we think we could just build a canvas for right now.
A software company.
Okay, so we have a software company. What kind of software? What value, right? So we're starting with the value proposition. What problem do you think that this software is going to solve for your customers?
I think this software will help teachers.
Yes.
Oh no, I got it. Will help teachers better work with autistic students.
Ooh, I love this. Okay. So it's bringing value not just to the teachers, but to the students as well. That is phenomenal. I like that idea. Okay, anybody else want to add on to this? Like what value we think a software company of this magnitude could bring? Okay, but this is good. This is great value. So let's look at our customer segments now. This is a part of the customer grouping of a market. Who are your most important customers? What segments of the market would be most likely to buy into your product and service? So who do we think is going to buy this product? You guys are
Well,
building it. Let me
there's
hear.
a couple customers.
Yes.
One could be the school system,
Yes, the school boards.
school
Definitely.
boards, and others could be parents of these students who want to buy the software's individual packaging.
Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. So school boards and parents of students who are autistic. Anyone else?
Could it work if you do it to teachers directly?
Yes, because some teachers may not be part of a school board. Maybe there's independent schools, Montessori schools, or something like that. So
Mhm.
maybe teachers directly,
Or private tutors?
teachers or private tutors. Absolutely. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, now channels. Your value proposition is delivered through communication, distribution, and sales channels. What are all the ways in which you can reach your customer? How are you going to get this product to them? How are you going to sell it to them? How are they going to reach? How is it going to reach to them?
Emailing school boards?
Okay, emailing school boards. Because they could technically download it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How else? I'll throw one out here. How about tech conferences? You can showcase the product there. You might have teachers or members of school boards, because if you want to have big purchases, you'll go to conferences like that because that's where they are. Anywhere else? How else can you reach your customer? Where are you finding parents?
I'm not sure what this is called, but like don't parents or I guess like schools have their own like meetings occasionally where they talk about the school system.
Oh, yes, yes. It's called parent, is it parent committee or something?
Yeah, community centers is also good, yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, so
community centers and parent council meetings, I think they're called. Yeah. Those are really good. So emailing school boards, they could download it, tech conferences, community centers, parent council meetings. Absolutely. Yeah, because they'll have sporting events at community centers. So yeah, you can touch on all those. Okay, very good, very good. Now, customer relationships. These can be developed on a one-to-one basis or through a purely automated process of selling. How do you establish and maintain relationships with your customers? So let's say we bought this product from you already. How do you keep in touch?
Newsletters.
Newsletters, yes.
LinkedIn posts.
LinkedIn posts, absolutely. Other forms of social media. Hold on, let me see. Something in the chat. Oh, Kay put community centers, parks, parent groups on Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna put parent groups on Facebook, definitely. That's for channels. But it's also how you can build relationships. So it works in two ways. So all social media, newsletters, LinkedIn posts, social media, parent groups on Facebook, any other ways you can think of. Isn't text messaging a thing now? Where you get all these SMS messages on how you're enjoying the product. Click this link for a survey, or click this link to let us know to win for an opportunity to win something. So maybe SMS messaging.
Yeah, in that case, we can also do like a mailing list.
Yes, mailing list. Even through your website. So these are all some really good ways. Attending events, social events, or even throwing them for members of your community who purchase your products. They'll all have one thing in common, right? Either have an autistic student at home or proximity to children with autism who need this learning tool. So maybe there's events that can be around that. So let's go on to key activities. What are the most important activities that the company participates in to get the job done? Name some.
I want to throw something out there. Could a key activity be consulting with parents of
Yes,
autistic kids
yes.
to
Consulting.
see if the software is correct and how is it working, things like that?
See if the software is effective. Absolutely. So that's an activity. What other activities does your business participate in to get the sale, to get the
I'm
job?
sure there's like tons of like educational resources that exist already that show you how to work with autistic students.
Mhm.
So maybe the software compiles them all in one place and makes it easy to access.
So easily access resources for children with autism. Okay. What about, don't you need somebody to build the software, or don't you need developers to work on the back end? Any kinks that might happen? So one of the key activities would be fixing bugs and continue to develop the software. Because there's always going to be another version. I mean, I don't think we have any technology where there's not a, I don't know, version 20 point whatever, because they're always fixing things and developing. What other activities? We're running a business here, so what activities do you need to run this kind of business?
To actually build it or have it run?
To have it run?
Marketing?
Yes. Lots and lots of marketing. Any others?
Financing.
Yes, sourcing, financing, big one. And that might be somebody's full-time job, is to just continue to find us more funding. Anything else you can think of? Or maybe just providing customer service. Those are some pretty, yeah, good activities. I'm thinking, okay, I'm running a technology company. What am I doing? I mean, besides sitting in front of the computer all day. Customer service, consulting. So we have like CRM management as well. Does anybody know what a CRM is?
I don't.
Okay, it's a customer relationship management tool. So it pretty much lets you know all who's purchased from you, when they purchase, how much they've purchased. It helps you with targeting your marketing too, because if you purchase this product from me and you keep purchasing products from me, you're like our level A type of customer. We like you, you keep coming back. B, you may have purchased one or two, it helps you manage referrals, it helps you manage your marketing and see who's actually making these purchases. It gives you a customer profile. So maybe working on that. Any customer management that needs to be happening, you'll utilize that. It kind of ties into your customer service too. It's really automated. If you ever notice that, kind of like when you utilize apps and they send you like a happy birthday or whatever, like, oh, you feel so special. How'd you know it was my birthday? It was the CRM. It knew it was your birthday and automatically sent a message. So something like that, right?
Makes sense, yeah.
It keeps them top of mind, keeps you always thinking about them. So yeah, you utilize that. So yeah, these are some pretty good activities. Good job. Okay, so now let's get to resources. These are what you need to develop the business, create products and services, and deliver on your customer value proposition. Resources include people, technology, information, physical and financial resources. How much and which resources will you need if your company has 1,000 customers or 1,000,000 customers? What resources do you need to accomplish the key activities? So what resources would you need to get financing, marketing, consulting? You need people, so you'll need staff. We'll start with that one. What other resources do you think you'd need? Anyone? We're running a software business. What resources do we need? There's an easy one. What are we all on right now?
Computers.
Exactly. So you need computers, probably for everybody who works for you. If they don't have their own, or you might want to, keep all proprietary information on company computers. So you only give them those ones to use. What else do we need? What other resources? Access to the internet. Anything else you could think of?
Does a network count?
Yes, it definitely does. In the example I showed you, one of the artist's key resources was her network, professional and personal. And I'll put that, professional and personal network.
And so sorry, Chantelle, do you mind just putting it up just a little bit?
Oh, sure.
Just so I can screenshot it really quickly. So sorry, I missed it.
This part or the lower, this part here?
The upper part. Yes.
Okay.
If you can just go a little bit lower. Oh, I just need to see the business model components and down.
Okay. There?
There we go. Perfect. Thank you. So sorry about that.
No problem.
I got to put on the social media, you see?
Is that good?
Oh, that was all I needed, Chantelle.
Okay.
That was all. You can.
Okay, let's continue. We're almost done. It's almost time. So any other resources we could think of? Maybe some grants? There might be some grants that you can access for this type of technology. So resources include people, technology, information, and physical and financial resources. How about statistics? Any studies on how children with autism learn? Would that help in building your business? So those are some good ones for now. Let's go to key partners. Partnering with suppliers, associates, and distributors is a logical option, not only for strategic purposes, but also for efficiency needs. Who are some of your key partners you think in this business? We've had I'm not sure your full name, and Arsalan really giving us any ideas. Does anybody else have any ideas? Who would you partner with? Who would be helping you get this business off the ground? Anyone? I think we may have mentioned them earlier, but I'll get it started. Investors. Anybody who's providing you any funding. They end up being a key partner. Who else? Maybe there might be some distributors who have access to other school boards that aren't local. School. Anything else anyone could think of that comes to mind? Or we could leave that and it's something that you could work on. But when you're thinking of your own, think about some of the partners that would be able to help you get your business up and running. So now let's go to one of my favorites, revenue streams. How many revenue streams do you think this business can have? So let's go back. We have a software company to help teachers better work with autistic students. Our customer segments are school boards, parents of students who are autistic, and teachers and private tutors. We have for our channels, emailing school boards, they could download it, tech conferences, community centers, parent council meetings, parent groups on Facebook. For customer relationships and how we're building them, we're sending them newsletters, we're doing LinkedIn posts, different social media posts, parent groups on Facebook, SMS messaging, mailing lists, websites, social events. For our key activities, we're consulting with the parents of the children. We have easier access to resources for children with autism. We're fixing bugs and developing the software. We're marketing, we're sourcing financing, we're providing great customer services, and we're managing our customer relationship management tool. Some of our resources, we need staff to help us with that initiative, staff, developers. We need our computers because, I mean, there's no software company if we don't have those. Access to the internet, which is important. So you can't take off and work somewhere remote where the internet isn't potentially stable, because that won't be good. If you're in the middle of something like this, even you're teaching a workshop and it cuts off, that's not good for business. So you want to have somewhere with a stable internet connection. Professional and personal network, people that you know, who know you, who might be able to help you with meeting people who would want to buy into this product. Grants, there might be grants that could help with the funding for certain aspects of your business. And definitely statistics and studies, I'll put studies as well, on how children with autism actually learn, because that could be helpful when we're making bug fixes or tweaking things. Our key partners, we have investors, anyone providing funding, and we have school board distributors and buyers. And so what revenue streams do we have? This is generated if a successful value proposition is delivered. How much are my customers willing to pay? How many customers do I need? How much cash can be generated through online sales? How much does each stream of revenue contribute to the total? So sales, we have direct to school boards. give you guys some help here. Oh, Melissa's signing off. Okay, everyone.
Oh, yes, guys, I do have to run now. Lots to do,
Oh.
lots to do. So have a great rest of your session.
We're almost finished. Thank you so much, Melissa.
Bye, Chantelle. And thank you
Bye-bye.
so much for doing this for us.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Bye. All right, everyone, we're gonna wrap up shortly. We have 2 minutes, so we're gonna sell directly to school boards. What other streams of revenue? Direct to parents / maybe teachers. We're selling it online. Nobody really.
Maybe ads,
And say that again, sorry?
ads,
Hats?
advertisements.
Oh, advertising. Sorry. Okay. Advertising. Yep. So definitely a revenue stream there. Advertising for other people. That is a good revenue stream. So those are some right here. And what are some of our costs? If we could rattle off some of the costs that we'd incur running this business really quickly.
The cost of software developers.
Yes, they are gonna want to be paid well. Absolutely. Any other costs? I'll put advertising again. That's gonna cost you a pretty penny to generate awareness. Any other costs? I'll put one here. Events or attending events. And conventions. For any hardware that you might need. Any software that you might need in building this. Anything else we can think of? I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. Was this exercise helpful in helping you to kind of see how you're going to build your business model?
Yeah,
Yes.
It made me think to be a lot more specific.
Okay. Good. I'm glad. Okay, so I'm going to send all this information to Tyreek so you all can get access to it. He'll be more than happy to share it with you. It was a pleasure spending time with everyone this evening. We're at 7 o'clock now, and I look forward to seeing you all at the branded conference on August 12th. I'm going to be there live and in person, doing a consulting session as well prior to your pitches. And I'm also going to be doing another session. We haven't narrowed down the date. I think it might be August 8th on actually putting your pitch deck together. So hopefully we see you for that as well. If you're unable to attend, most likely we're going to record it as well, but that would be a great session because you're getting ready, you're getting excited, getting prepared to pitch your ideas. And I can't wait to see everyone on August 12th. Thank you so much for attending. If you have do you have any final questions before we close out?
Yeah, just a quick question. Is this pitch, can you sign up with a partner or does it have to be by yourself?
I'm not sure about that. That's something you'd have to ask Tariq if you can pitch with a partner together. Because I'm sure if you win a prize, then it's business. You're gonna have to split your prize as well with your partner. So potentially, but you'd have to speak with them about that. How did you guys sign up for this workshop? I
I
think
found it on Eventbrite.
Eventbrite. So there might be a contact information there.
Okay.
Naja asked, how can I contact Tariq to get the recording? I think there's information there on how to contact the organization, and he'll be able to share it with you. Any other questions?
I do have to get going, but thank you so much, Chantelle. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for attending, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Too.
All right. Bye-bye.